I think, I think I'm live. I think I'm live. Let me turn up my volume. Good morning. We set the chat up. It's like 10 steps to do this. Funny, Casey from Bone Beautiful knows that because he does Bone Live. So hello. Okay. I'll do that. Super chats are enabled if you want to be so kind. Keep the channel going or buy me a coffee. I'm getting low on coffee. And I'm getting low on it. So we're going to do that. I'll say that. I'll put that out there right there. But good morning. Good morning. It is August 15th. Let's do a weather check. It's already getting warm already. Let's see. Weather check. It is 8:27 a.m. and it's already 72 degrees. And humidity is 68%. Another warm day, I guess. I only have one fan on at the moment, so we're good. I actually slept without the fans on last night, so the nighttime went down a little bit, so that's nice. But I'm just waiting for this weather to change. But hello, everybody. Good morning. It was a rough weekend for many of us in the entertainment business, and August is always a very hard month for me because I have some significant losses this month that just are, I still miss those people / animals. And so it hasn't been that long. And I always tell people grief takes as long as it takes. But if you've had someone in your life longer than you have lost them, that it does take some time. You gotta allow yourself to take some time. 5 years ago today, I lost my dog Scrabble. Many of you longtime followers knew Scrabble through me and through pictures. And he has such an attitude. He was so loving and he was so handsome and majestic. And we had him almost 15 years and he passed away today. And I remember getting the phone call and being sad and then us getting together and holding him after he died. My mother and I held him for a long time. He stayed warm for a long time. It was very interesting. And then all of a sudden he went cold. It was like hours later. And we're just holding him and telling stories and we cried. And little did I know the next day something else was going to happen. I was going to really throw me off, but I'll save that for tomorrow. But with Scrabble, he was just a character. Everybody just knew him online. He was very popular online. Scrabs was just like the bomb. He loved the ladies. And he used to have dressed in these little t-shirts and the jerseys. He was so cute. He was so funny. He had his own personality. 15 years old about. So 15 years. So that's a long time. And what always gets me is that we get these animals knowing chances are we're going to outlive them, but we still get them. You still get their companions. You still get them. And when we lose them, we fall apart. It's very, very interesting dynamic that we have with animals as pets. And it's just something we accept. Occasionally the animals outlive us, occasionally, but for the most part, usually it's they go first, which in some ways is a great lesson about love and loss, especially when you're a kid or a teenager or a young adult. You can learn that. It's about learning and growing and nurturing something, someone. You're learning how to take care of someone and something. An animal. And they're great companions. They can be great companions where some humans can't be. Good morning, Tracy Stevens. So there's that. So I just want to dedicate this show to Scrabble. Scrabble was the bomb. I miss you all the time. And I'll see you again at the Rainbow Bridge. Animals are important, so people make fun of you because you love your animals. You just don't care, right? Don't care what they say. Over the weekend we lost so many people. We lost Anne Heche, Robin Griggs Wiley, Denise Strauss, and a few others. A lot in the acting community, a lot in the daytime and primetime soap community. Just a collection that just happened. And I've been seeing some beautiful tributes written, and I knew two of the three a little bit, not good friends, but I knew of them. But that's kind of a point. I'm in this business. The longer I'm in this business, the longer I'm getting to know people, the longer I and becoming friends with people. I mean, I just realized I have people that have died that I've interviewed. And that's kind of, I never thought that before until actually this morning. I was like, I was just getting ready for the show, and I was like, there are people that I knew them before they died, and they're on, and I have it on tape. They're out there. It's on YouTube or on this and that. It's just really interesting, and I know that's going to get, because I've interviewed so many people, it's going to go even more and more like that. And that's an interesting thought. I also specialized in interviewing a lot of older people because I love hearing their stories. They always have the best stories. Actors, singers, whatever. They have the best stories. They've been around for a long time. They got great stuff to tell, and I'm always like, yes, tell me, tell me. I've always been drawn to older people in terms of that. I love hearing what how their lives were like and asking them questions like, did you do this? Did you do that? How was that? Comparing it to today, or what, I just love hearing those stories. I ask my mother questions every once in a while, like, back in the '70s, did you ever feel this, or did you ever watch this? And they'll tell you the whole story, and I love it. I love those. My friend Michelle is so funny, and I'm even telling her right now, her brother Aaron, but her mom. I was a couple of visits. I would come down and we'd be over at her mom's house and talk. I started asking her some questions about stuff, and she would tell me some amazing stories about her life. And her own kids were like, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Like, you never asked? And I guess it's that thing. I guess for some kids, they just would never ask. I guess they just never. I always was nosy and wanted to know what's going on in my family past. But telling her story, and they learned a lot of her story through me asking questions when I'd see her, and she was happy to tell me like her life because it was a journey. I mean, the single mother with two kids, single mother of color with two kids, out of the armed forces, trying to make their life in the '70s, and she had some good stuff, and just building a business and all that kind of stuff. So they came from Mexico. There's some great stuff, but I'm always like asking. I'm like, tell me what's going on. Tell me what happened. Tell me what this is. Tell me what that is. I always want to know. I find it very, 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 very fun to talk to people in the past. So when people do go, you have those memories. That's kind of, the storytelling. That's kind of what we come from. All of us actually come from. In the old days, it was storytelling. That's how you pass down the stories. The elders shared with the younger people, and you listen, and then you do your job later, and you share, and it's just. I think it's wonderful. I mean, people just don't. I know a lot of stuff. I don't think it's getting shared anymore. People just don't listen anymore. Attention spans are gone. They don't listen. That's why I'm kind of glad we have movies and audio dramas and soap operas. We have things we can actually document slices of life. So there's a couple of videos going around. I was just watching a YouTube channel that does this. Someone was colorizing these strips of film from like the 1890s, 1900s, 1910s, New York, and it's fascinating. I was staring at one from 1911, so that's nearly a century ago, right? Over a century ago. I can do math. And I'm watching, and I'm like, wow, these are just people. I wonder what each of their lives are like at that time period. There was one place where there were cars, and a black guy was driving, so you know how to drive a car. But also there were horse and buggies. I watched one called The Heart on Hallmark Channel. And they had a whole storyline about that. So, because they were on 1920 or whatever. So I was like, this is so funny. I'm actually seeing this footage of that where that was still like, what was your choice? You got a car or a horse and buggy? You got a horse. That's a trip. And see how crowded it was, and there's people were dressed up, and when they were outside. I mean, it's weird you're staring at it, you're looking at it, and you're just like, wow. Like it's like looking into a weird mirror that's from the past, and we're intruding, or like it's like we're time traveling. In a sense, you are. I guess in a sense you are, but I just like I want to jump through and like, just go in and see what's. I won't be black in that time period. No, thank you. But I would love to go and just kind of see how everything is going. Like, where do they live? How they live? How they cook their food? Lighting. I'd be very. Oh my god, it's fascinating to me. So it's kind of funny that's going around right now recently. So I wonder if that's. I mean, that's we're looking back into the past. So far, only 4 people watching. Okay, one person in the chat room. I never know. It's because I never come on at a regular time. I come on between like this time and and 10:30, and he's just curious who you'll get. And there's Kirsten, she's in. Hi, Kirsten. I normally I'm recording Coffee and Conversation with me with Melissa. At this time, she's having some sinus issues, so we talked. So normally I wouldn't be on right now at Monday, but she and I will resume next week. We have a new episode out right now, so you can listen to that. Episode 38. But I don't be doing that. And so since that didn't happen, I thought, let me come on. I know my mug. It's Darth Vader's Moods, which is all the same. I love this mug. So I gotta tell you guys, these YouTube shorts, I don't know what's going to be. We're all experiencing it. All of us who are trying to do these things on YouTube. I'm putting up 15, 20, 30 minute second videos, and they're doing better than my regular videos. I was going on, but I'm like, because I didn't put, I'll get the address. Because sorry, somebody sent me something that I actually need. One second. Oh, you watching? Let's see, watch that. Oh, that's Rook. Hey, you know, speaking, I was sitting down. You're calling Rook, you're calling my morning shows. My little morning show. Yeah, someone just sent me something that I needed. So that was perfect. Just hi to Rook King. Right beside says, now he's a victim. Somebody say hi to him. So he's on wine this morning. Somebody say hi to him, please. Come on, Kirsten. Kirsten says hi to everybody. Want to say hi to him. But yes, so losing a dog is always hard. And just I haven't got a new dog since. My mom has a new dog, Lucy. I like her a lot. She's young and spry. There you go. So I guess I say hi to you. There you go. But yeah, it's where time is a strange thing. And Black Love, good morning, Black Love. Good morning. We are here. I was speaking of things, I'm seeing my chocolate twin Tony Moore getting attacked by somebody because something he said on his show yesterday. So I get to smile and go, it's not me this time. Oh, like it's not me. Ooh, I know how that is. And that person wrote a long thing to him. He posted it on Twitter. I was laughing. Oh, I love it. I was like, I get in trouble all the time, and I don't really care. I mean, I don't. I clap back when I feel like it, and I don't. And there's times when I don't. But it's interesting watching other people get attacked. When they get attacked for what they say, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Let's see what they're saying. Let's see what the response are to that. And I never jump in. I just like kind of see what they're saying, and that's it. And it's very fun watching human behavior sometimes when it's not directed at you. When it's directed at somebody else. It's kind of funny. And I always I always laugh because there are times when I'll say something that someone hates, but then I'll say something that someone loves. So I always wonder, what do they do if I say something they don't like, but then do say something that they like? Is it the same? So I'm like, I don't know. Like, I know some people actually, one guy came at me in my DMs and I basically defended myself, and he tried to gaslight me on some level. Like I never met him. I'm like, whatever. But then he stopped talking. I was like, and I complimented him at the end, and he totally went away. I'm like, you chose to come at me. I'm like, it's all there in writing. You came for me. And I'm like, but I actually didn't even go off. I just kind of just told you how I felt, and I was trying to understand what you were feeling. And apparently it was all confusing. And then I actually gave you kind of a compliment at the end, and then you just went away. So sometimes exchanges with people are very strange. They're very strange sometimes. And we get it on YouTube. That's where I think that's where Tony got his attack, was on YouTube. I think it was YouTube under the video. Or Twitter or Facebook groups or Instagram. It doesn't matter where it is. It happens all over. It happens all over the place. It's funny. I get some on YouTube, some, not that much actually. YouTube is more people usually just I have to admit this, on YouTube is not as bad. There's one chick who just attacks me all the time. She just attacks. She just, and I'm not, and I think that's just what she does. She's a troll. I think it's just, she never ever, she doesn't write long things. She doesn't explain herself or anything. She just attacks me. You're a black ass or this. And I'm just like, okay. I haven't blocked you, so I'm just curious to see how long she's going to keep doing this. But on YouTube, it's not as bad as it used to be. It used to be worse on YouTube. A lot of times people would just tell us, I heard you said we feel this way. And they say it, they just tell how they feel. Or they share stories, kind of how they feel about something that happened on the show. Or they agree with us. I'll just say YouTube is not as bad as it used to be. Twitter is the toxic place. That's what it is. And I haven't left Twitter. I'm not going anywhere on Twitter. They're not, I'm not going to do it. And I think it's just one of those things that we do opinion television. So I know for a fact, I have people who want to do opinion stuff like we do. They won't do it because of the fans. They're like, no, James, I will not do it because I see what happens to you and the other co-hosts. I'm not doing it. I don't know if I can handle it. It does take a strong, thick skin because I would say fanatics, not even just fans, but fanatics don't care about you or your feelings. They don't care about what you think. In their eyes, you have no right to say anything. You have no right to rebuttal, no right to clap back, no right to anything. So they don't care. They just don't care. All they care about is their feeling and how they feel about whatever it is. So they have to get their point across. So if they have to cuss you out, or have to call you names or whatever, there you go. And they just do it. They just want to accuse you of stuff. That's all they care about. But they don't care about anybody's feelings or nothing, and they don't care about that stuff. But I say the fans, not fanatics, I would say it's different people. The fans are the ones who may debate with you, which I have no problem with debating. Oh, that's great. Well, I saw it this way. Okay. I saw it this way. Okay. Or I may even say sometimes, I understand what you're saying about that. I didn't think about that way, but I may still stand by this, but I see how you see it that way. Or they'll share a personal experience that relates to why they feel a certain way. And I respect that. I'm like, okay. We're having a conversation. I know, yeah, Albert. You know how I do. That's the thing. It's like, let's talk about it. I'm like, but see, the problem is a person really feels something. They love this character or this shipping or whatever. So their whole view is skewed. It's like, it's all about that. So nothing that fits into that feeling doesn't matter to them. It just doesn't. And that's why many times I won't argue with certain people or debate with some people, because if your handle on Twitter is #1 Carly fan, and I say something negative about Carly, then I know it's your job to come at me because Carly, you're #1 Carly fan. So I mean, there's no reason for me to go back and forth with you. I'll just ignore you. You know what I mean? Like, that isn't, because you already have set that's your girl. So you're gonna do whatever you can to support her or the character. It's a character. So I don't clap. I don't say that. You have your. I mean, because I know I won't. There's no winning or losing. It's just that it's not. It's whatever. But if you're somebody who's like General Hospital, and your handle is something just about like a regular handle or just a General Hospital, okay, then we can talk. We can talk about it. We can go back and forth. James, I thought in this scene, blah blah blah. Okay, I saw it differently in this scene. Well, that's fine. Not people aren't all people aren't good debaters or good conversationalists. There's not. Especially when it comes to we know this in Star Wars world, Star Trek world, Marvel, DC, like we know this happens. I would say there's fanatics and then there's fans. A lot of times on this show, we have a lot of back and forth and stuff, but it's like we just talk it out. That's fine. And we go about our business. But some places you can't even do that. You can't even, you say one thing, it's perceived negative about something and people just go crazy. Don't be I know Logan loves Idell, really. It's like, I don't give a shit about the Logans. I don't give a shit about the Forresters. I just like the show. And I recognize what's it, who's it, right? And Captain Kelly Lang is a queen. She's the queen of the show. So everybody's got to get over that. She is 35 years in the game, and they've given her some shitty storylines, and she has spun them and tried to spin them into gold. So she's a queen. But I don't live and die on the sword of Brooke Logan. I'm like, okay, I don't really care that much. So, you know, so it's funny, but that Logan lover thing is so hilarious. People just like, you're a Logan lover. You're it's like, no, not really. I criticize her also. I mean, I have no allegiance to Brooke Logan or Donna Logan or anybody. But if I like certain storylines they're in, I'll talk about that. I really don't. I don't have any allegiance. I mean, the only person I had allegiance to is Hope on Days of Our Lives. That bitch is gone. She looking left the show. Oh, yeah, Star Wars is that's a tough one, Albert. Yes, it is. Yes, indeedy, it is. And I'm part of that whole world, and I do all these shows on it, and it is something else. But Star Wars, but soap fans ain't that far off, folks. Let's not try to deflect away from the soap fans. The soap fans are cuckoo crazy too. Cuckoo crazy. And I love them. I'm in this business because of them. I mean, I love them. I do. So I just tell, so I guess Tony, I get it. You know, we've been doing this for almost 8 years, Tony, like he knows. And it can just be annoying sometimes. And like, you know, we all have thick skins and we're fine, but it can be annoying. Just like, okay. But to be fair, if I give my opinion and put it out there, or I write a statement and put it out there, then see, honestly, I don't go that far. See, here's the thing, Albert and Black Love. I can love the Star Wars franchise and say I'm a fan and not be associated with the fans. I can separate. It doesn't bother me. I can separate because I'm not them. That's all I get. As I've gotten older, I'm many things, but I'm also many things I'm not. So for me, it don't bother me. I just don't have, again, I just go, there are fans and there are fanatics in every single genre. There is. And there are folks, there's some wonderful fans. There are people who are great fans who just, like us, we watch the shows, we enjoy them. Yeah, things we don't like, we talk about. Things we love, and life goes on. And other folks, they go buck wild and they just go to town. I'm like, those are crazies. I'm like, that is not me. So I know how to separate for me. So I'm like, I'm not worried. I'm like, I'm a soap fan. But I'm not that kind of people. I'm not that crazy. I literally have no allegiance to anyone except for Darth Vader. Darth Vader's my daddy. You know, big and black. You know how I like to work that one. Always puts allegiance to big and black. But no, I mean, some of the fan, but here's what's funny. There'll be some days I go on soap Twitter, and it's hilarious. I know some folks are being serious, probably. They probably are being serious, but they said that some people come up with some most clever comments about stuff they don't like. And the soap nicknames, it took me a while to get like truck nuts or for Cody or whatever. These soap nicknames are effing hilarious. I remember once I got on it, I just laughed all morning. I said, everybody, thank you. I just laughed and laughed reading these comments. Oh my God, people are hilarious. Oh my God. To me, I don't mind that. That's fun. You can still make fun of a soap opera, have sense of humor about it, have some fun with it. I'm all for it. I mean, I'm shady as fuck, so I love it. But to me, at least that's imaginative. That's something creative. So it makes me laugh. I see stuff and I go, oh my God, that's crazy. Some of these memes and people put together these things. Matt Hanvey, who does the Bold and Beautiful stuff, is hilarious. Where he dubs his own dialogue in. It's hilarious. I think and they get attacked too, trust me. Matt Hanvey gets attacked all the time. Candace Mack gets attacked all the time. We all get attacked. But some of the stuff is really, I'm like, guys, this is really funny. I mean, you have to there was some thought put into this. Like that, I will always bow down to and go, okay, that's, you know, I don't get as much hate when I start with those, but you stay getting it. You stay getting it, unfortunately, what you were saying to these people. Like when I started with, so you used to get it worse. Oh, but it's reversing for you. So that's interesting. Mine's the opposite. It got worse. That's so funny. So you said every year, so it's reversing for you. You know, but it's about these. You know, I'm telling the truth, Albert. You know, I am telling the truth, shame the devil. There's some folks who are cray, but it's funny. Some of the stuff is really hilarious. And I'm like, if you say something, even if you say something about me, every once in a while I'll get somebody who'll talk shit about me. And they say it in a really funny way, or use a funny meme. I'm like, you win. I'll give props to anybody for anything. You cap on me and make it funny, I will totally give you your props. I can be self-deprecating. I can be honest. I'm like, you know, I remember telling somebody once, you win. And I was like, and I started laughing, and then we actually started laughing together. I tried to watch somebody else, and they got mad at me. They thought I was making fun of them. I'm like, actually, I'm not making fun of you. I'm actually telling you that what you just said to me was really funny, actually. And she got mad at, she got mad at me. It's like telling a little chihuahua, hey, baby. And I'm barking at you. You're like, hi, baby. And they hate when you do that. She was just going out. She got mad because I was laughing. I got, but actually, I said, you genuinely made me laugh. And I know you're talking shit about me, but you made me laugh. I can't, I don't take it all seriously. It's soap opera, bitches. It's soaps. It's Star Wars. It's Hallmark channels, whatever these things are. Some of these people, I know that a lot of it for their lives, it's very important. And I know the power of television. I know the power of routine. I get all that stuff. But in the end, really, it's not that serious. In the end, it really isn't. It really isn't. I just like I was in a fire. I was also in a flood. I lost all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I missed it. I missed my yearbooks, my trophies, things when I was a kid, and pictures. But I'm alive. I saved my cats and the dogs. I mean, we're alive. I got a place to live. That to me, I'm like, in the end, that shit was just stuff. My sister has our yearbooks. I can look at. If I want to look at a yearbook, I can look at hers. I mean, like, I don't. Do I need to have the yearbook? Really? Do I need to have it? No, I don't. And that's kind of I look at all this. Like, yeah, I love soaps. I love TV. I love Star Wars. I love stuff. It's all important at some level. It is. But in the end, when you die, you're on your deathbed going, I love Carly and Sonny. I doubt it. I doubt that's what you're thinking about. Is Carly and Sonny and Nina. I think that's the last thing you're thinking about. That you're on your deathbed. That's the last thing you're thinking about, I'm sure. What soap opera am I liking at the moment? You like Days? I like Days. I'm liking Days and Bold and Beautiful the most. But I really enjoyed Friday's episode of General Hospital. As an episode, I loved it. But I watched Bold first, then Days. I watched all four, of course. Then Y&R, and then General Hospital. These days, and I could change any week, but right now, that's how General Hospital's been the most boringest shit on earth. And folks got mad at me for saying that. I think it's true. I think a lot of folks agree with me, but I did enjoy Friday's episode. That was really well done episode, and Brooke Kerr was just like amazing. But Days is good. Days is working it out. Days is like, they're giving us everything. They're giving us sexual fluidity. They're giving us interracial. They're giving us love in the afternoon. They're giving us intrigue. They're giving us Dr. Rolf with the braid. I like Days working it out. Yeah, someone cussed me out because I said who doesn't even follow me, cussed me out because I said I didn't think Jack Kay was a great actress. But then when I praised Jack Kay, actually, the next day with her and Raven and how I loved their conversation, that person was nowhere to be found. So I love it. Come on the bandwagon, try to cuss me out for something you'll see something I don't like. But when I praise somebody, suddenly there's crickets. Shonda. So Shonda, I'm getting your box together. I'm seeing it looking right over there. I just have 2 more things I'm gonna put in it. And we'll get it together. Our mail's been really crazy too. So I'll let you know when it goes out. It's been really crazy. It's sitting right over there. It's a medium-sized box over there. But Bold is being bold. Days is being bold, kind of too. So those are my 2 that I'm liking the most. But all 4 soaps can use some help and stuff. But I'm okay with those 2. I'm okay. And then with Y&R, some weeks it's amazing, and some weeks it's like. I know a lot of times we blame the characters on soaps, but we shouldn't blame the writers, though. I'm trying to think. I know a lot of times we blame. I'm trying to see how you wrote that, Black. I know a lot of times we blame the characters on soaps, but shouldn't we blame the writers though? Well, that's the whole point, right? People get mad at actors and stuff. Like a lot of times they're doing exactly what they're told to do. Writers, directors, producers, they run the shows. I just don't run the shows. They're being told where to do, how to do it, what to do. It's like they're doing a job. They're doing their job. I mean, that's the thing. They're doing their job. Like we said, we had Casey on yesterday from Bold and Beautiful. Hopefully I'll be on soon. What we said, we don't hate Torsten K. He's doing a fine job. That's why we don't like him. We don't hate Avery Paul. So if we hate Esme, it means that she's doing a good job, but she's doing what the writers are telling her to do. It's like, I mean, but it's the classic thing because the actors are in front. They're on every day. They're right in front of you. That's what you connect with. So it's that classic kind of mind thing of the actor gets the brunt. They're the front of house, right? Black. They're the front of house, so they get it. They get attacked first. They're the voice. They're the face of the show, so they get attacked first. But now people are starting to go to the writers now and saying the producer saying you should be fired and oh my god and fire this person. That part is very interesting because now they are going to the writers and producers and saying stuff and writing, tweeting stuff like they should be let go. And it's very interesting to see people talk, stuff. Yes, I'm working on stuff all the time. I got Eric Brain later today. I'm interviewing. Casey is now just redoing he's retweeting our chat. Thank you, Casey. I'm working on stuff. And the thing is, again, it's not easy. And Casey said yesterday he's learning. It's not easy doing these shows. Doing these shows takes a lot of work. It really does a lot behind, especially a live show with stuff. It's crazy. But yes, for me to go on to Bold and Beautiful, he took notes. He did take notes. He doesn't write for the show. So, but Lawrence St. Victor writes, he's my friend. But no, I feel like they could put me in somewhere. He mentioned me maybe being another therapist. I said I should be Lindsay, the person up front who's never there. Yeah, Eric's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Eric and I asked some really good questions, you guys. We're gonna talk politics. We're going to talk the show. I'm going to ask him about the specifics of working with Robert Newman, the whole. We're going to talk about everything because he's open with me. He's like, ask me whatever, James. And so Casey was really fun yesterday because now he knows what we go through. He knows what it's like. You guys, we sit here. I sit here. I make it look easy. I sit here. I talk to you guys. I tell you my opinions. I say I stand by my stuff. It's not easy to do. And a lot of my comrades out there who are newer at this are like, "Wow, James, I really get it." A lot of my colleagues don't even do live stuff; they do record it and put it out, which is something totally different. You still get getting attacked and stuff, but it's different than sitting here doing a live thing and going, "Is this how I feel?" to a live chat. And then they go, well, we don't like, and it's like just coming out. It's a very different feeling. And it does take a very different skin. So I'm like, it's gonna be, we're gonna work it out. And me and Eric are gonna work it out. I have a fun thing for Eric. I'm gonna see what he can do for me for my Patreon also. So we're gonna have a good time doing that. Yes, that's 10 people in here. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Whatever. Yeah, so I wasn't planning on coming on this morning because I actually had another show to do, but that show got canceled. Did you see that mess that Lisa chick commented on your chocolate twin last night? That's I mentioned that, Shonda. I mentioned that. I was just mentioning that earlier. That Tony got it. That Tony got it. That he got it some smoke, as they say. So Tony tweeted out. I was like, it's not me this time. I was laughing, Sean. I'm like, it's not me this time. I'm not in trouble. I was in trouble for the TJ and Jordan comment I made 3 days ago. Since I started about watching you, you definitely learning me a bit about doing live shows. Yeah, no, it's not easy. I mean, you have to. There's a way to do live shows. Anybody can do it. You just have to. There's a whole thing about that. You can do it. It takes more and more practice, and anybody can do it. But I know a lot of people who don't do live shows. They're like, nothing on a live show. Hit that like button. That's right. I know that could be next because so far I'm working on Bold and Beautiful. He had promised me it 2.5 years ago, but COVID kind of stopped it. So once I get in Bold and Beautiful at Television City, they'll be like, "Can I get a walk on roll on Y&R next?" So I'm a working out kids. They're across the hall from each other, and I work with YNR, so that could be next. I was like, first I'll work on some bold first. See what's going on. All my friends are on bold. Sean Kanan and Krista Allen and Kevin Kelly Lang, and I know I know everybody over there. So I know a lot of folks at YNR too. So that would be kind of funny too. So keep your fingers crossed. That'll be soon with that. Let's say yes. So yeah, so Tony got some smoke last night, and I was just like, I mean, but all I said the other day was that Jordan and TJ don't look like mother and son. So many folks got what I was saying. Many folks got what I was saying because I was talking about age. Well, clearly I was talking about their looks. I'm like, first of all, because one person came at me, well, you're a black person. We come in every shade. I'm like, I wasn't talking about shades. I'm like, because they're like, because Taggart and Portia and Trina are different colors. I'm like, that's wasn't even what I was talking about. Yeah, but most people got what I was saying because it's been mentioned many times in the show. Because the woman who plays Jordan is beautiful, beautiful. She is so beautiful, and TJ is a handsome dude. Also, I sometimes forget their mother and son. I feel like they're like either like they should be girlfriend and boyfriend or whatever. That's what I was like. They look really close in age. I'm like, I just can't buy their mother and son. I just can't. I forget. I get thrown out of it. They're both good looking. I keep thinking they should be together, but they're not. I mean, they're mother and son. So it's a weird. It's just weird. But it was nothing about color. Had nothing about color. Had nothing about color. That's what we're thinking. Me and Deacon, because me and Sean Kane already work together. We know each other. Thank you, Sean. I don't think there's anything wrong with my tweet either. I stood by it. A lot of people agreed with me. They're like, "Oh, we agree with you." But there were some that were like, "Nah, so and so and so and so." Yes, I know that people they don't think you should do that. That's what I'm saying. I don't. I saw it with Vanessa, and I learned to see it with Brianna. I learned to see she looked young too, but I learned to see it with Brianna a little bit. But they don't have mom, and I know they're changing my. And I know that like on Blackish, Lawrence Fishburne and Anthony Anderson are only 9 years apart in age. But I believe they're a father and son. Whatever it is. People brought up Olivia and Dante, the ones who were screaming at me. And I didn't respond. But someone else responded for me. It was like, but for some reason, I believed him as mother and son because supposedly she had him young, right? Because she was Sonny's neighborhood sweetheart. That's how you knew her and Connie back in the neighborhood. And she had the son. Sonny left. And she seems like a single mother who raised this young man. And for some reason, it works for me. For some reason, it works. I can't explain it. For some reason, I believe that Olivia and Dante are mother and son. I do. Maybe it's the way they play it. Maybe it's the way Lisa Cicero plays it. So I know that this tactic does happen sometimes on shows, not just in soaps, on shows. But I think, and anybody could play. And good. And folks, I'm black. I know black don't crack. And it's why it's because see, somebody made me laugh online when she was like, we have our regimes, the cocoa butter, and she had me laughing. She had me, oh my God, I forgot her name, but she had me busted up. She started laughing. So I'm like, it was like, okay, that's kind of, so we're just having to talk about this, and it just makes me laugh. Like you could not think that they belong to you. You may think they're mother and son or whatever. That's fine. I'm not trying to get her fired. I'm just like, I just don't see it. But someone else made me laugh about the whole thing. GH doesn't work with me, so he probably will never have me on there. I know Ron from Days, but I feel like that's Tony's territory, and Tony got on there, so I want him to be on there. But I don't need to be on Days. But I mean, it's my statement. I made a statement. I knew when I made the statement it could cause something, but I didn't even think about the whole race. I didn't think about the color thing. You know me, I talk about coloring all the time too, which is funny because I'll mention a coloring of something, and people go, "Why make a big deal about coloring? This person's still black," and I'm like, so I get in trouble for that. I get in trouble for everything, so I don't even matter. Go on Vaseline. That's right. I was laughing so hard. I was like, that's what I needed, folks. And see, the other thing, I'm like, we can make fun out of it also. I guess it's kind of like, come on. Some of the actors make fun of their own characters online. Scott Clifton does all the time. My buddy Michelle Stafford does. Krista Allen does. Like, we have fun with it. It's like it's all for fun. We know you have your favorites. We know you don't like certain people. We know certain things are absurd. It's a soap opera. You have to let it go and and have fun with it sometimes. And I made the statement because I was watching. It's like, dang, I'm like, that's the only thing that was like taking me out of this. But then I praised the actress later for some because people were talking about her acting and talking shit about her acting. And I'm like, she's fine to me. I have no problem with her acting. First, I don't even use her enough for me to say she has bad acting. I think her acting's fine. You know, so we got you start talking about color, Jay. That's how we got you starting talking about color, Jay. Get started with color. I talk about color all the time. I talk about color all day long. Again, when they did the recast Marshall, and that guy looked nothing like Hat Daddy. I was like, and had a white mustache, white beard. I'm like, okay, come on. You just picked some other black man off the street and said, you can play him for a day or two. You can do better than that. That was crazy. And the two taggers are two different colors. My friend Rial Andrews is light bright, and another one's all medium chocolatey brown. I thought that stuff gets my nerves. But other than that, I mean, you know, when it comes to families, because I really do like Taggart, Portia, and Trina as a family. They feel like a real family. And I keep hoping they'll change the storyline and not have Trina be Curtis's. I don't want her to be Curtis's. I like Taggart as her dad. I just really do. And I hope that doesn't happen. But I was like, no, I like them. How come they brought back Macy? Macy dead. Come on, Black Love, she dead. I mean, they could bring her back from the dead. Should they bring her back from the dead? Why would they bring her back? There's no Thorne on the show. Thorne, they haven't brought Thorne on the show, so there's no reason to have Macy on there. Or Sally, whatever. But yeah, so I just, I mean, it's, I just feel like, come on, folks. We're just throwing black folks. I mean, we're in Los Angeles. There are a million black men and women out there who want jobs, who can do the job. We're actors out here. Yes, I want Taggart as her dad. I really do. I don't. This is the one part of the storyline that just bugs me because Portia's this upstanding doctor, and she's keeping the secret from Curtis. Oh yeah, you forgot about that. I remember when New Jordan came, she brought that up. So it was like GH was like, let's forget all about that. Jordan brought it up. Remember when we were dying in the gas and everything? I'm like, oh, okay, Jordan, bring that up. Mm-hmm. I was like, they're bringing it up. So I was like, they want us to remember. So to me, that's the only problem with this storyline is that they're of course, because it's General Hospital, it's gonna take 10,000 years to come out. And then when it does, Kurt's gonna be hurt, and blah, 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 blah. That's how that works. That's how that works. So yeah, keep Marcus saying, yeah, I do, I agree. I hope they can reverse that and just like it comes up kind of because remember, Curtis and Jordan are still married. There's no storyline that just sitting there. So that's just sitting there. We have no idea. Now, folks, you guys here in chat room, there's 18 of you watching. If you watch General Hospital, I want your opinion. If Trina gets a guilty verdict, how do you think the fans are going to react? I'm kind of scared because folks are talking about they go, he'll be in Pentonville, she'll be in Pentonville, and go on the run. People want on the run story, but I'm thinking, but what if she actually gets found guilty? This black girl on General Hospital gets found guilty. Do you think the fans are going to go buck wild? Do you think it's going to be okay? I'm a little scared. I need some reassurance. I'm scared. When that day happens, I'm not saying shit on Twitter. I'm not saying shit nowhere. I'm just going to sit there and watch and see what happens and see what everybody says. Then I'll get my opinion afterwards. But you're going to lose. Okay. I'm just checking. You Trina fans. I'm like, I have a feeling people are going to lose their shit. Am I wrong? Am I right? Is this thing on? What's going on? I feel like they're going to lose their shit. So I'm trying to I'm very curious. Now we may not get a verdict for another 10 years. It might take forever for that too. But I said, let me ask my Lotties out here. While you're thinking about that, JLJ Media, we have this one guy I posted. He bought our tank top. It's really good on him. So I'm pushing merch. So jljmedia.threadless.com. You can get t-shirts, mugs, books, hats, whatever. All kind of stuff. Oh, here we go. Real ending. I'll be pissed. Yes, Street fan will be, so they will be pissed. Okay. Yes, need for color conversation because skin tones showing full range on TV, usually brown. Yes. That's always my thing. My thing is, well, see, I love me some chocolatey brown people. So I'm not that brown myself. I love me. I wish I was darker in many ways. I love chocolatey brown skin. Like it's the most beautiful thing on earth. Seriously, I just do. And it doesn't get enough representation on TV. And I'm glad that it's starting to. We're starting to. But I love the ranges that we get. YNR has a range. Days Our Lives has a range. So yeah, they have a range in colors. They're a range in colors. Okay, people will lose it. Okay, I was scared. I was like, let me test the temperature in here. Will they lose it? Because I mean, if she does, oh my god, it's gonna be crazy. Oh my god, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut and just sit and see how it all falls in the fandoms. See, I'm not scared very often. I'm scared sometimes. I'm like, because them black women are gonna go off. They go off. Woo! That's what I thought. So we're gonna sit and wait and see. Let's see what's gonna happen. I'm gonna sit here after these frashes. I'm gonna sit here and just like let them do their thing and see what happens. And Frank Valentini better just shut down his Twitter because it's gonna go crazy. Because it feels like they're going that direction. It feels so. Come tomorrow. Oh, okay, I'm ready, girl. Woo! I'm ready, Shonda. I'm have to yeah, I'm have to do a daytime today right afterwards and just sit on here and say, okay. So V, here's my I want to say this to you, V, and I wonder if you will agree with me. A lot of these casts are bloated and have too many characters as it is. They don't use anyway. So I would hate for so I'd love Olivia to be like on the show. I'd love to be on the show. But my thing is bringing Olivia on, I'd be afraid to have her come on and they don't use her. That's my only problem. It's like I would love it's because Tanya Lee Williams would be great, Emmy nominated actress, or get somebody else to play or whatever. Olivia is great, a legacy character is great to have great presence in the Black family on there. I'm afraid they won't use her. They'll bring her on, big fanfare, because Naya, all her shit's off. It's all off camera. And then where's Amanda? Everybody's talking about Michelle Morgan not being in the credits. That's Friday. So what's going on, kids? So I'm just saying, I'm afraid to bring people on sometimes because they don't use them correctly. I want them to come on and really be used, especially somebody of that caliber. Right, give her a storyline purpose. Yeah, even like Jill. So VP is a good point. There are some people because Jess Walton lives somewhere else. She doesn't want to be full time. That's different. So she comes on. They use her in different various storylines. It's great. So I agree. With if you bring on Olivia and have a reoccurring, we know she's reoccurring, and so she comes in key points. Then yes, V, I would be with that. But you know how they do, V. They'll bring them on and all this stuff. And they don't use them. They don't do that. And that's what I get. I just hate that. If I do spoiler, make sure to put okay. No, well, see, I'm last. Remember, Shonda, I'm in California, so everybody else will know before I will. So tomorrow, I basically have to not go on social media until I actually watch it probably live at 2:00. So remember, I'm last. So I'll put spoiler, of course, if I get on there. Obviously, when I come on, but you know what I mean. Like I'm the last Mohicans. Everybody's gonna before I will. So that'd be crazy. But I'll make sure the title won't be, I know, right, V? Like what Tosha's ready. I know she's working on the Oval also. She's good on that show too. But they could have. Exactly. I miss Jess too. Whenever Jess Walton is on Black Love, I just go, this is why I love you. But she purposely lives in a farm and a ranch up in Oregon. She doesn't want to be on full time. So they do a good job with kind of just bringing her on when they need to bring her on, and it works. It works. But V, I'm with you. V, I'm like, why couldn't they? Like, why couldn't they? I don't understand either. I don't. So we have super chats. So that's something that we do. I have it pinned to the top. It was working weird yesterday, but we got it fixed. We just all kind of just refreshed our pages. Super chats up to this channel running. I'm doing this full time now. And I'm trying to have expenses. I'm trying to work on stuff, and I have all kinds of stuff. So if you feel enabled, we have super chats. We also have buymeacoffee.com/James Lott Jr. is another thing to give me a little tip jar, buy me some coffee. That helps also. And of course, our patreon.com, James Lott Jr. All kinds of extra. I got new stuff every day coming out on there. So we kind of fine. So we can little ways to help out me and this whole thing. I'm doing this full time. I have a major meeting on Thursday about the company, and I'm just like, I want to give you guys, like the Spice Girls said, everything. Giving you everything. All the joy we bring. This I swear. I want to give you guys all kinds of stuff. Yeah, Tyler Perry, he shoots his stuff like almost like soap operas, right? His stuff is just done. He gets it done. He's in, out, in, out, in, out. She was available. I'm sure she's. I mean, I can't speak for Tosha. I love Tosha. I want to speak for her, but I'm pretty sure she was available. They just didn't write it because once again, we're not that important. And when I say we, you all know what I mean by we. And funny, I say stuff like this all the time. I've been saying stuff like this for years. Some people agree with me, other people don't agree with me. I'm like, I'm telling you, I know certain things. I see things. I'm not dumb. And you guys ain't dumb either. You know some stuff too. You see stuff too. And it's just like, she wasn't considered important enough to warrant a scene or two. She wasn't. And so, like so this whole Days Peacock thing, I'm like, I've been telling you guys for years, I don't care about soap opera. I don't think you guys understand me. We care about soap opera. They don't. We care about it. This little group cares about it. They don't. And that's the thing. This could give my exactly, V. I know some of you guys hear me. I know some of you guys hear me, but some of you guys, when I say you, other people out there, some people don't. They don't hear. They James, you know what you're talking about. I know this. Okay, and then when it goes down, crickets. I love being right sometimes. I don't like being right all the time, but I like being right sometimes. Because you just go, okay. I tried to warn you guys. I tried to tell people. They don't want to listen. And anything is, there are things that are out of our control as fans. We just have no control over them. They're just, and there are things we have control as fans. So there's two ways there. So it's a two-way street. It really, really is. And we have to keep in mind COVID stuff, which Casey talked about. There are things that affect recordings. People have lives. They want to try. I mean, like Victoria Conform wanted to try her life. She's young, dynamic, won an Emmy. She wants to go out there and see what's out there. Why not? Go out there and see what's out there. We have a lot of stars. If they hadn't left soaps, may not be the stars they are today. We have a lot of stars who stayed on soaps and are stars on this soap opera. So it's like it goes either way. So people want to take a chance. Julianne Moore, Morgan Freeman, everybody all decide to go off and try something else. I think it's something. Actors are nomads. Actors are nomadic. They want to play different kinds of roles. They don't always want to just play the same role. It's just it's a fluke when a character becomes popular. You have no idea. You come on a show and flop. And some of these people, they push some people on you, and you're like, it does not work. We all know characters from the past that this did not work. And there are others that surprisingly work. And you're like, wow, that really does work. Like I'm liking Dex on General Hospital all of a sudden. I'm like, I kind of like Dex and Joss. Like, see, they spun him in this direction. Chem tested with her. I like it. So I'm curious to see what happens from there. Now it depends on the writing they do with that. When we start seeing Quarter on Bold, that was the biggest shocker for me. Oh, like what? Lawrence St. Victor and Rena Sofer together? Hands down the hottest. So sometimes you get surprises, right? You get surprised, go, okay, that's a nice surprise. Okay, nice surprise. Well, even we have Sally coming on Young and the Restless. She's fitting right on in and doing great on there. I think she's better on Young and the Restless than she was on Bold and Beautiful. Even though I do miss the Spectre clan and all that, I do. Hi, sis. Good morning. I do miss that. Jex or Jesselyn? Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. Because hi, Jex. Yeah, see, they never didn't work. It was Amber and Rick for me, always. It was Amber and Rick. That's really. But it's funny. But I'm saying that's the point. Some characters and pairings work, and just some don't. So you just never know. So you never know. Some characters you just never know they're going to take off, and some they just don't take off. And you can never predict. And soaps will try to tell you which ones to like and love, but no, it's up to the fans. The fans will dictate who they're going to love and what they want. It is. It's true. So it's really up to us. The success and the actors who have chemistry or not. There's storylines that have chemistry or not. And the actors who are by themselves, and does the audience, do they fit the audience? I have actually, Sism. I've been on, let's see how long I've been on. I've been on for 55 minutes. Wow. Let me see. I'll check the weather, because it was 73 degrees when I came on. And right now, and just in less than an hour, it is thinking. This Inglewood is thinking. It's 75. It's 75. So it went up 3 degrees in less than an hour. Oh, 3 degrees. When will I see you again? What is a random pairing you would want to see? That's too hard for me. Shaking, my coffee isn't kicking that heavy. I can't even think that heavily right now. I have to get back to you on that one. That's a good question. I don't even know at the moment. My brain's like, huh, what? I'm still waking up. The coffee hasn't kicked in. I ain't talking about color, but I can't talk about. I guess I can't think of a couple. I can't think of a couple at the moment. You're saying random pairing. I know pairings I like. I liked actually Olivia and Robert. Another story. 9 degrees here in Texas. Ugh. Yeah, that's painful. Girl, she gets too early. And did you make an announcement? I think I saw something kind of on Twitter, announcement about your show. I'm very excited. I have to go on there and look at it and retweet it. I saw it. Yeah, the coffee sun kicked in, and the weather's just getting warmer. I know, sis. Sis, it's not your fault, because I never tell people when I'm coming on. I don't like being set to a time. And I wasn't supposed to be on today, sis. I was supposed to be doing another show. The show got canceled last minute. So I came to you guys. The show got canceled, and I said, I'm gonna come talk to my peeps for a little bit before my next show. Which I have to get off soon to do that. And next show. But yes. So anyway, so getting in trouble is part of the package. It's part of what goes on. Is Courtney Hope's birthday today? Oh, we love Courtney Hope. I have to wish her happy birthday. I love Courtney. Thanks, Shauna, for letting us. You guys know everything. But that's the thing. I'm here. I tell my opinion. I know that people are not gonna always like it. I totally get it. It's okay for me. Life will go on. It's a lot of work, Shanika. I know. I totally know exactly it's a lot of work. You know, I know. That's why you're laughing. You know, I know how it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but it's so worth it when it's done and it's out. So I have more shows I got to put together still. And I haven't put together and edited yet. It's been too hot in this house to do it. But no, I really do love coming out and talking to you guys. I'll be back maybe later today. Who knows? I have some shows. I'm interviewing Eric Braden later. I'll let you guys know when that's coming out. I gotta decide that. It may come out tomorrow or this weekend. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure what's coming out yet. I mean, I gotta decide. But it'll be out this week. I just gotta figure out when I'm gonna put it out. So I'm still putting together some of my questions for him too. I want to ask him all kinds of stuff. I've interviewed him many times, so I want to ask him all kinds of stuff. But you guys are wonderful. You hit the like button. We have 15 likes for people watching. Thank you so much. You guys are wonderful. Thank you. Shout out to Maurice Bernard, his 1 year of State of Mind. It's my favorite shows now. Yes, folks, I still want to go on the show. You got to tell him. People were telling him before, we want James Lott Jr. on your show. So tweet at him, whatever, message him on YouTube. Be like, we want James Lott Jr. Because if I say something, it's kind of weird. But I did say, he does know I said I'd come on. So I have nothing to do with the chat staying up or not. It's supposed to stay. It's supposed to. When I close out, I have to close out the show. I can't leave it live. So it's. They say sometimes it comes back later in the day. I have no idea, but it should come back at some point. But I don't do anything to take it down for real. I just I leave it always for to be up. I don't do anything. I don't do anything that changes it. So hopefully it'll stay up. I wanted Billy and Amanda too, Nikisha. That was my big one too. I wanted. I love you guys. Have a great day. They stay hydrated.